Hello and welcome back to another crazy episode of Tricky Tuesday. Tim here from Well Done Homestead, and this is the third time. Yeah, count them. 1, 2, 3. Third time that I have tried to film this video. I'm not real thrilled with that. I don't like it doing things over and over again. Very frustrating. Anyway, first one was kind of my fault. Second one, I have no idea what happened, but I filmed the whole thing. I pontificated to my heart's desire, and there was zero audio, and I'm not sure what the heck happened there. But anyway, today we're going to talk about handguns. We're going to do a little 101. We're going to talk about a couple of different kinds of handguns, and then this is going to be part 1. Part 2, we're going to learn how to use them a little bit, because if you don't know how to use it, there's no point in having it. We're going to start off kind of talking through a little bit of background on this, all right? So, not really background, more like foundational stuff. If you're going to use a firearm, if you're going to carry a firearm, you've got to train. You've got to get training. Absolutely have to. Absolutely. There's no two ways about it. It would be irresponsible not to, because if somebody comes and attacks you, you have said weapon with you, and you don't know how to use it, ultimately all you're doing is providing that attacker with another possible weapon, because they're probably going to get it away from you, maybe use it on you, and probably use it on other people, which sucks all the way around. So get training, get training, get training, get training. There's tons and tons of classes all over the nation, really good people. I am not a professional in this. And I'm wearing my plate carrier today because I'm LARPing today. I got home from work and I thought, you know what? I'm going to put on my plates because I own them and I want to. I guess that's the reality right there. But anyway, so yeah, there's great classes all over the place. I am not a professional in this. I do not have any kind of degree in this. This is something that's a hobby for me. I'm interested in firearms. I like them. I own a few, and I use them. I train with them, and that's important. I mean, I like them. So this is just kind of some of the stuff that I've discovered in my journey in this, if you want to call it a journey, in my walking through learning how to use stuff. So without any further ado, we're going to start with the smaller ones, and we're going to work our way up. This is not a full gamut of what is available to you in the firearms industry as far as pistols go. I don't have examples of revolvers. I don't own a revolver. I used to, and it was really cool. I felt a lot like Dirty Harry, but ultimately it just kind of sat in the safe and became kind of a safe queen, and I ended up getting rid of it. I sold it and moved on. Kind of just, that's how it goes. So yeah, it was a very cool gun. I liked it. I didn't use it much. And that's something too. If you don't use it, if you don't carry it, I mean, how many can you hold? 2? But how accurate are you going to be with 2 pistols? You know, I guess the real answer is that you don't ever have enough. How much ammo is enough? How many guns are enough? All of them, if you have them all, I guess. Anyway, so we're going to start. I'm going to bring the camera a little closer. We're going to talk a little bit about each of the ones that I have here as examples, size difference, because all of that's going to come into play. When you size a pistol with your hand, how comfortable it is in your hand, how it fits, whether or not you can grip it properly, to manage recoil. Caliber is going to be another thing you're going to have to determine, whether or not a 45 ACP is going to be an appropriate caliber for you if you are an arthritic individual that is in their 80s. Probably not. Maybe. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying there's a good chance that you're going to want to go with something a little bit lighter on the recoil so it doesn't knock you down. But anyway, so we're going to talk through some of that stuff. The ones that I have here, I have a 22 LR here, and then I also have some 9 millimeters here. They're the ones that I have, and they work for me. So we're going to talk through that, and yeah. Before I change the camera, I do want to discuss caliber. I was thinking about that as I was walking over to the camera. I decided I would rather go ahead and talk about the caliber thing now. It's a 22 LR. This is a 22. We'll pull off a bullet and let you guys take a look at it if I can get one out of said magazine. All right, here we go. This is a 22 bullet. It is very small. I'll bring it up closer to the camera. You can see it here. It is a very, very small projectile, very small shell. Not a lot there. And this is actually, this ammunition is actually extremely good ammunition. It's Federal Punch. It's not a heavy projectile by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a very fast moving. And ballistics is going to come into this too, though with a pistol it's not quite so, no it does come into this. Ballistics is an issue with how fast the bullet travels. It's going to have better impact on your target. But the size of the bullet's gonna matter as well. That little bullet right there, honestly, this is not a caliber that 22 LR is not a caliber that I would use for self-defense. It's not a preferred one. Can it be used? Yes. Could it be more of a deterrent than anything? Probably. It's better than a sharp stick, you know, but in reality, I don't know that it's something I would want to put my life on, particularly if somebody's hopped up on drugs or something like that. That is a very serious concern because you could put a lot of lead in somebody with a 22 LR and they're just going to keep coming. And that's scary. But anyway, so 22 LR, 380 is probably the smallest size that I would use for concealed carry. But you can go 389 millimeter, 40 ACP. I'm sorry, 40 Smith & Wesson, 45 ACP. There's even a 365 SIG. These are all calibers that fit in a semi-automatic, generally a semi-automatic firearm. You can do a revolver in 38 Special, and that's actually a really nice round for self-defense, particularly if you get like a plus P ammunition or something like that, something that's got good ballistic rating and good weight behind it. It does work pretty well. 357 Magnum, that's also a good one. That's also a revolver round, generally. And then 44 Magnum, that is the Dirty Harry round. That is Clint Eastwood through and through. Yeah, total grade A, BA individual is going to carry a 44 mag. That's not me. That's just not me. But they're cool. They're very cool. Lots of fun to shoot. But anyway, so there's all kinds of different sizes. You can even do a 50 caliber in a pistol. Not a fun thing to carry because that firearm is like carrying a sledgehammer in your pants. Yeah, I just said that. But anyway, it could pull your drawers clean off. That's what I'm trying to say, because they're so heavy. But anyway, generally you're going to want to pick something that's going to be prevalent, going to be relatively cheap to use. That's my consideration, because I'm on a budget. You know, I mean that's reality. So I chose 9mm as my go-to. That's the one that I have a lot of pistols that I own. Most of my pistols that I own are chambered in 9mm. And we'll talk about this one here that's in 22 LR and why I bought it and why it's in 22 LR. But we'll get there when we get there. So anyway, wanted to talk through caliber. Whatever caliber it is that you're going to choose, it's going to have to be your decision. You're going to have to determine whether or not the recoil management that you have the ability to manage that recoil, whether or not it's going to be something that, you know, a 9mm, is it going to be too much recoil? It's really not bad. If it is too much, bump down to the 380. But again, I wouldn't go anything much lower than a 380 if you're protecting your life with that fire, with that caliber. It's just personal preference. And you're going to have to train with it. You have to learn what it feels like to shoot that caliber bullet. So anyway, so I'll move the camera forward and we're going to take a look at these. Alrighty, we're going to start off with this one right here. This is the smallest of the bunch that I have. This is considered a subcompact pistol. It is very small. This is a SIG P365. Believe it or not, this weapon is a double stack magazine, which means that it fits, the ammunition stacks beside itself in this magazine here, rather than having a single stack, a single line of ammunition. The way they do this, I don't know. It's some kind of crazy science because that is still a really thin magazine for it to be double stack. But it is, and it fits 10 rounds in this teeny little magazine, which is pretty crazy. Still not a ton of rounds, but I do have an extended magazine for this pistol, which actually helps lengthen the handle a little bit too. But this is a subcompact pistol. You can see there's not a lot of handle space there. I'm kind of overlapping a little bit, and this one actually has a little bit of an extender on the heel of that magazine. Like I said, I did get an extended magazine. It comes down to about here, and that actually does help quite a bit. But the 365 has a number of different variants that are range in sizes too. So I know a guy that has one it's the macro, and honestly, if I had it to do over again, I would have gotten the macro. They didn't have it out when I bought this one, so you know, you get what you get, right? This is a good firearm right here. SIG makes a very, very good firearm, but this is going to be an example of a subcompact. You see, I do have a light on there, but it extends quite a bit out in front of the barrel. But yeah, anyway, this is a subcompact. We're going to use this one as a sizing measurement kind of thing as I go up through the bigger ones so you can see the difference. But the big thing is, can it fit in your hand? Does it fit comfortably? Are you able to have enough purchase on the firearm to manage recoil properly so that you can have multiple shots on target without having the thing buck up in the air like that? Because that's not what you want at all. You want to be able to keep right on target and just have multiple shots right on target. Anyway, so this is a subcompact. I have a compact here. This is a Taurus G2C. This pistol, this is if you want a compact pistol on a budget. I know a lot of people bag on Taurus. I feel like the G2C was one that Taurus got right. Still a few quirky things about this pistol that are not spectacular. This trigger is a little bit mushy. They do make trigger kits for these. They're not overly expensive. It does make that trigger a little more crisp in its break, and it becomes quite a bit better. The sights on this are also plastic. I don't like that because if something happens and this thing gets dropped or whatever, you could break those off, and that would be a detriment. That'd be a big problem. But anyway, this is a decent pistol. I don't have a problem carrying it. I think it's reliable enough to carry to put my life on. I've never had any trouble with this pistol, and I'm relatively accurate with it. But you can see here, we'll put these side by side. You can see that the barrel is longer, the handle is longer. So this being a compact, this being a subcompact, you can see the size difference. Taurus makes a G3C now, which is comparable. And again, they have variants of that one as well that are bigger and smaller. But I think I paid like $250 for that pistol, which is not a lot of money. And if that's all you can do, then that pistol I think is a good option. It also has a little bit of Picatinny rail here, so you can mount a light. I just never got one for this pistol. I don't know. This light has a couple of different adapters for your Picatinny mount. I might have the adapter where that would make it fit on this pistol. I've never tried it. I bought that light for that specific pistol. The next one here, this one is also a compact. This one actually is my daily carry. This is the one that I carry with me every single day. You can see I do have a light mounted on there. I love this pistol. This pistol, I used to carry a Glock, and I do like Glock. I don't have anything bad to say about Glock. The handle does not fit my hand well. It's either you break your hand into the handle and make it work for you, or you find a different pistol. And this one happened to work better for me. You can see here, my hand is right there. Like, they make this pistol. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P Compact 2.0. It is chambered in 9mm. There's a couple variants of this one as well in a couple different calibers. They make the M&P from the Shield, which is the smallest one, which I would say is probably a little more along the lines of this size, maybe even a little bit smaller, but it's a single stack magazine, meaning the handle is going to be quite a bit thinner. It does make it easier to conceal, but you're limited to as far as how many bullets you can carry in that firearm. This one is the Compact 2.0. And then they have a full frame M&P as well. Now, a full frame, we'll get there a second. That's going to be the next one we'll look at. But I chose this because it fits my hand well. The handle angle is good for me. And I love this pistol. I can shoot this pistol quite accurately. Like I said, I'm not a professional, so there's definitely people better. But I can hit my target with this pistol. And that is very important when you're carrying a weapon. If you can't hit your target, you need to spend more time with your weapon and train more. That's reality. But anyway, this is my daily carry. This one's considered a compact as well, but you can see again between these two pistols. Let me see if I can get them lined up. Okay, you can see this compact, the front one there, the Taurus. The barrel's quite a bit shorter. The handle's roughly, it's pretty close. The handle on the Taurus is a little bit shorter, but you can get extended magazines for the Smith & Wesson. But if you take the subcompact and you put that up with this, I mean, it's a drastic difference. I mean, very, very drastic. All right, and lastly, we're going to talk about the full frame pistol. This pistol is believe it or not, it's a 22 LR. There's a reason why I bought a full frame 22 LR. This is a Taurus TX22. I mean, honestly, again, a lot of people bag on Taurus, but they did it right with this pistol. The trigger feels good. The sights are cheap, but again, I'm using it for training. That's why I bought it. It is a full frame pistol. You can see the difference between the subcompact and the full frame. It's a drastic size difference. Even with my daily carry with the Smith & Wesson, there's a drastic difference. They both fit a full-size light on there, which is nice. But you can see that there's a pretty drastic difference between the two. But I bought this one because I wanted to be able to train without breaking the bank. The budget for a 22 ammunition is so much cheaper than 9mm to train with. So that's why I got this one. But you can see, full frame, it's got a full-size handle. Now, if you have big, chunky, meaty hooks for hands, this might not work for you. This size of a firearm might not work for you. And they do make various sized full frame. They make various size compacts and various size subcompacts. So again, you're going to want to get into a store and a firearm store and actually check them out. Actually handle them. See if they fit your hand well. See if you like how they come up when you bring it up on target. If the grip angle is wrong, you're going to know, because it's going to dip forward or it's going to be up like this and it's not going to feel right. Grip angle is going to be the angle that you grab in comparison to the rail, and whether or not it's going to be canted back or forward or whatever. I like a more upright handle grip angle just because that's how my wrists are. Most people do. But again, you're going to want to check and see if your pistol, the one that you carry, the one that you buy, you're going to want to make sure that it fits your hand well and that it fits the grip angle well and that you feel good, you feel comfortable holding that firearm, or else you're going to be inaccurate. And if you're inaccurate, there's no point. You're just going to be, left with a very expensive club without any bullets in it. So I want to wrap up with one other thing. And this is, like I said, this is going to be part one. We're going to have a part two where we're actually going to practice a few of these things once you've got your pistol, how to practice things. even in your home, which is important. But training, training, training. I don't want you guys to go away from this video and think, oh, I can just go buy a pistol and then I'll be set. No, you need to use that thing. And there are classes all over the place. I'm going to actually put some classes, some organizations that have classes in the description of this video. So make sure you check the description. There'll be some links there, some resources there. Guys that know this stuff so much better than me. I mean way better than me. Check the description and see if one of those places would work for you. I know some of them travel around the country and do classes around the different parts of the country. And if they don't, message them, email them, and ask them, hey, who would you recommend? I live in such and such a town, in such and such a state. Who would you recommend? I want to go get some training on, and then list it. One of the organizations that I worked with personally was Trident Firearms Academy when I lived in California. Fantastic for concealed carry, shotgun combatives. They do classes for carbine, defensive carbine. Fantastic stuff, really good stuff. Retired law enforcement are your instructors there. Dan and Jean, I believe, still works with them. Great guys. Very knowledgeable staff, very, very good classes, worth every penny. But like I said, I'm going to put some links there in the description. Check it out. But guys, listen, please like the videos, subscribe to our channel, hit the little bell so that you get notified when we put new videos up, and then share. Please share the videos. Share them with everybody. Your people you like, people you don't like. People you think would really appreciate stuff like this, that maybe they're considering to getting a handgun, maybe somebody that's scared of handguns. Get them to watch this video as well. There was a time when I didn't own a handgun. I was full-on adult. I was in my 30s before I got my first handgun. And it wasn't necessarily that I was scared of it. I guess I did have an element of fear there, but overcoming that fear and being able to go out and actually protect myself, my family, my household, my homestead with a firearm is valuable, unbelievably valuable information. So share the videos and comment. Let me know what you think. If I left something out, put that in there. Let me know. And if you have any resources, people that you know of that are really good in instruction or whatever, put them in the comments. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to see. I'd like to check other firearms academies out or organizations out, other resources. I'm always looking for new information because I want to learn. I want to get better. So anyway, thank you again. I hope you guys have a wonderful week this week, and stay prepared.